Hey, what's going on, guys? Killing Zombies back in another video, and today we're going to be checking out a Polish 24-hour SRG in the menu number 3. Now, we did already open this, and we checked what was inside. This, of course, is from 2017, so this is going to be the taste review of this. So, let's get into it. And for those that haven't seen it, I will still show the components. We have some crisp bread. Hopefully this stuff is still good, but I don't have fully high hopes for it. From 2018, so it might still be good. Some of that hardtack. Let's just bring everything out, to be honest. Oops. Got some honey. Bunch of goodies. Now I do have another one, but it is 2022, so maybe checking that out. I did drop a fruit bar, so yeah, that's all the goodies that we are dealing with. So, fruit bar, something definitely busted. I don't know what did, but something did. Got some jam. Alright, so let me get this onto a tray, see what we're dealing with, and go from there. Alright, so we do have absolutely everything here, and well, some of the components I did not end up putting on here just because we've already had them or have not. The only ones that I did not include were the crackers, because personally I do not have the teeth for those, so I cannot actually eat those at all, and I'm not going to try to attempt it. So these are crisp bread, but we will give a little look. So, crisp bread without rye. This is the cereal fig bar. We have two different drinks. Let me translate that. Lemon flavored tea drink. So it did come with 4 of these. So, let's see. Come on, man. Raspberry flavored. And then we have a fruit mix, it looks like. Freeze-dried dried fruit. We have a pork pate. Hopefully it's bulging a little bit. I don't know how that will be looking. Meatballs and tomato. Those are all a doozy. And then, let's see, kielbasa. Biggers with sausages. So probably kielbasa, because this is kielbasa. And then back here, we got something. It's not marked, so yeah. And then we got chocolate and jam and honey, or maybe another jam. So let's actually start getting this all out. I'm not gonna actually end up heating anything. So let's get everything out here. Now this is from 2017, so I'm still gonna be cautious, because I have had things that from 2017 and they're like iffy. Ooh, I don't know, man. That's a doozy. That's a doozy right there, I tell you what. May just be the smell. Doesn't smell fully bad, to be honest. Do have the chocolate, we'll have that in a moment. I think we will have one of these for now. Yeah, we'll have that one. we'll have one of them for now. If we need another, we'll have another. Let me get this pate opened up. Now, it may just be the can, to be honest, because, yeah, look at that, that's fine. Smells like pate, too. Now, one thing I do want to know is there a possibility I can get pretty much just like this? I have, kind of want to get ones that are like this big. I have seen on, shops that you can buy, that looks like cheese, maybe another pate. Yeah, another pate. I'm assuming the Polish must be very thrilled that they're getting a lot of different pates and a lot of meats. Kind of similar to like the Russian MREs, where you have a lot of meat related. I mean, obviously from the difference from US MREs, you know, we get a mixture of everything, but ooh, I think these may be stale. That's what they look like. They do not look good as far as, you know, original crispbread. That's probably what leaked. Something had a hole in it. Maybe that one. Looks fine though. Maybe that's the rye version. Let's get our jams out. Go ahead and move this back a bit. We do have these in the little baggies, which I do like that they're in on little baggies, because God forbid that the jellies, honeys, whatever, end up going and exploding, because that does happen with a lot of these rations. Then you have a backup plan, which is that. I do think this is honey, so let's, yeah, that's honey. But look at that, that's, there's not a lot in there because it's crystallized a bit. But it's okay, I like that. Don't really care for honey much, but I think we'll be okay. Let's get them drinks. It does come with 4 cups. We're just going to use 2. I'm actually going to use the bottle because they'll work well. Well, not the bottle, the cups. So we'll set that to the side. There's a lot of stuff, people, so I am sorry. I'm all over the place. Gonna put this up a little bit more. Just a little bit. Table is not big enough for this, so let's get this into the cup. Alright, so we have the lemon one, like so, and we have the raspberry. I do want to get back into doing the foreign rations because I do miss doing these, and there's a lot of them that I have that are older, and I want to get back into it. I know you guys will love seeing the foreign rations. So yeah, we uncovered the I think this is the fig one. Don't really care for that paper on there though. But yeah, we already uncovered the pretty much majority of the Chef 5-minute meals that I'm willing to review. We've pretty much uncovered the majority of the USMRAs. I don't think we've tried the cheese pizza, but because that's fairly new. But at the same time, it's all good. I'm gonna move this camera over here because there's this. And then That should be fine. We'll move this here. This is the regular iced tea. They're both teas, I think, but one is raspberry and one is regular. So let's move this. I apologize for the. There we go. Alright. Chocolate, we'll wait for last. We have our stirry spoon. This video may be a little bit longer than anticipated, but I hope that is okay. Okay. May add a little bit too much water, but that's alright. That can has seen very much better days. Alright. Well, that is the best we're going to get out of that. That sucks, kind of. But it's alright, because we will put it onto the tray if we really have to. And then let's get the other one out. This one is the Hungarian goulash. Now that's a pretty good spread out. Of course, you can't see over here, there's the drink, but that's pretty much everything. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the mains, because those are always the first ones that definitely have to be tried. This is the Hungarian. This is pretty much the biggest of all. Looks like we got some cabbage in there. Big pieces of meat. Some sauerkraut maybe. It's pretty good, but did have a little bit of a off taste to it. And also kind of had a weird feeling on my tongue. So I don't think I'm actually going to eat that. That's a pretty shame. Might have just been me, but I don't know, that had a weird flavor to it. And a weird thing. I don't know about how long these usually last, but probably gonna sit there and say it does not last very long. Let's try the this is Meatballs. There we go, like so. Yeah, these taste fine. It's just this here that doesn't really taste so good. So, I am gonna put this to the side. That did not fully taste good whatsoever. Again, I don't know what that little nummy feeling on the tongue was, or just that burning. I don't know what it was, but I'm not gonna have it. This one's not giving me that. So, let's move on. Let's have the pate. Now this is, quite frankly, not molded at all. It's all the fat content on top, so. Wow. That's really good. Let's try this one. A little bit more fat. And I tell you, for it being about 6 years old, quite frankly, still good. And that's a bit more gritty and gelatinous. That's pretty good. Let's wash it down with our iced tea. Add a little bit too much water to that, but it still has that flavor. Now, try the raspberry. Raspberry added just a little bit less water, so still has that flavor there. Now, let's try our jam. Now that jam, I had kind of also a little iffy taste to it. I don't know what I'm supposed to look for when it comes to old jams or whatnot. That might still be good, but to me, I didn't really care for that at all. Now the honey, I mean, it's honey. It's not gonna be bad. So let's have a little taste. Wow. There's no way this is honey. Hold on. There's no way this is honey. Because if this is honey, I know it looks like honey. If this is actually honey, I hate to say it, but I hate the US honey. The honey we have here is like very nasty in a way. I'm gonna go for another swig because I don't think this is honey, to be honest. I always hated honey my whole life. That's kind of honey, actually. Wow, that's really good. Yeah, I don't know if this is actually honey. It's way too sweet to be honey. Made it be their version of honey, but yeah, I don't know about that now, folks. Let's try a little piece, because, yeah. That's crisp bread. It's literally crisp bread, it's not something special. Let's now try the chocolate. Now, for those that are wondering, what do I do with the food that I don't eat? I did get a comment that did tell me I don't really waste food and stuff. Now, the foods I don't eat, like the Hungarian goulash and a couple other things, those things I actually do end up throwing out because it is not something I'm actually going to eat, and why would I? I don't care for it, and I don't want it for whatever reason, or it's not good. But majority of the things like the pates, the jellies, obviously the chocolates, I'm not gonna throw out. I will eat them. Like these pates here, if I do not finish every single bit of them, I'll end up probably throwing it in the fridge and having that for the next day or the next meal. Because these pates, quite frankly, are very hard to find, and I'm only able to pretty much find these in rations, and it does suck. I know there is stores out there that you can get them, but you know. Anyway, let's try this chocolate out, and I'm gonna try to finish up as much as I can. Also, probably have the crisp bread with it before we end it here and go to recap. So, try a piece of chocolate. It's very hard chocolate, but that's dark chocolate. That's really good dark chocolate. I'm 6 years old. Yeah, really good. Now, for those that are trying to find crisp bread, I have found on Amazon you can buy a box, a pack of 6. of crispbread from Spain. They are pretty much corn, I think, as well. They have a yellow tinge to it. Those ones you can find. So, let's try some pate on this real quick. It's not really cooperating. And then let's try the other pate. This one's much more smoother, as you can see. I think this is why people use the spoon instead of the knife, because it doesn't really want to spread on like that. Oh, we also forgot to try this. That's the fig. Looked like this broke up, so. Oh, well, there goes that. So, let's try it. Nah. It's not that it is bad. It's just weird. I don't really care for the fruit and cereal bars. I just don't. It's a texture thing for me. Flavor's fine, but it's just everything else is nah, not good. Alright, let me finish up with this and we're back to recap. Alright guys, we're back to recap here, and overall this ration was pretty good. There was a couple components that were kind of, I would say, rancid, just because of the tongue being a little bit numb and burning a bit from that Hungarian goulash. Might have just been that, but we also had the currant jam. It was okay, but it had a slight off taste to it. It didn't have any numbing or any of that as well, but we had everything else was really good. Of course, as always, I always add a little bit too much water from the other stuff. It does kind of suck that you do have to boil the cans for the mains, and everything else, but overall it's really good. Also, I know I did not show it on camera until last second, but I tried that fruit bar. That was iffy. I did not care for it at all. Those are probably the only ones I don't like. And also, I did not show it on camera, but I tried that fruit mix. It was really good. There was a couple things that were kind of on and off on that, but overall really good. But as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel down below, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any future videos I post, rations, try and review. And until next time, guys, I'll see you guys soon. Have a good day, guys.